with it.
Hey there folks, this is Josh, Stony Ridge Farmer. Welcome back to the farm. It's another beautiful day here in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Carolina, and we got ourselves a $500 Jeep right here. So this is Daisy. She's been on the farm for about 4 weeks. She didn't look quite this clean when we first got her. Today we're going to take you around Daisy. We're going to show you Daisy. We're going to talk about some of the gremlins that Daisy has, and maybe some of you guys can give me some input on ways to fix these little gremlins. We're going to pull it in the shop and we're going to work on the electronic gremlin that we have right now, and I've got a big pile of parts and stuff that I ordered. So come along today on the farm vlog as we show you Daisy, the $500 Jeep. All right? Woo! Stony Ridge, farm Stony Ridge. So first things first, let's take you around Daisy and we'll talk to you a little bit about her. She has a winch on her, but the winch is not working right now. That's one of the gremlins we've got to work out. Four-wheel drive works good. The Fender Flares, I don't know if they fell off or if they rusted off or what happened, but all the Fender Flares have been removed from Daisy. She's got the original nice Jeep seats. We got a little tear in the seat right here, no big deal. Carpet's been removed. It is a 5-speed transmission. That's the 4.2 liter. We'll get up underneath the hood, and the odometer says about 170,000 miles right here. Very nice Jeep. I can't tell where it's been abused or anything like that. Got a brand new bikini top. The fella that had this Jeep did not keep it because he bought it for his daughter, and his daughter couldn't drive a stick, and they just put a brand new clutch in it. Now, Daisy's got great tires. Daisy has Jeep wheels. We want to stick with the Jeep wheels. I don't want to change those. I want to keep the tires until I wear them out, but this might make an awesome little beach buggy. So let's open up the hood and we'll show you what we've got in the treasure chest here. Daisy's engine is partially sponsored by the Exxon Valdez oil spill. Daisy has quite the oil leak right here in the valve cover gasket, which causes us a little bit of smoke from time to time under the hood. I've only driven it probably 50 miles just around the farm here. Everything is kind of gross, so we'll be hitting it up with some super clean and changing some gaskets underneath here. Everything seems to be pretty much original. We're missing part of the air cleaner right here. I don't know, you Jeep guys, let me know. This is a fuel injection system here that is giving us a little bit of trouble, and we'll talk about that. But overall, I'm going to say this Jeep is very, very clean, very nice example of a 1987 YJ Jeep. I'm really, really happy with the purchase. I'm going to start it up for you, and this is where I'm calling all mechanics. You're going to hear this thing, it's going to work to start. I have to pump the gas a whole bunch, and then I have to just hold my foot to the floor in order to get this thing to start. It's a difficult starting vehicle. Okay, so here goes. I have not started it today, and it's normally only the first start, the first time I have to start it. All right, hear that? I'm pumping like crazy on the gas. Now my foot's to the floor. Pump, 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 pump. It finally starts. Once it starts, it seems to run great. Got a little bit of an exhaust tick, an exhaust leak. I don't hear any noise from the engine other than that exhaust tick. You can't hear it at idle, but you can really hear it when you're going down the road. So when you hit the gas, and I'm gonna let you guys listen, when you hit the gas, you hear it. I'm gonna get in the driver's seat and I'll show you. It's got a tick to it. So we were gonna go full on roadkill and take this thing to the beach. We were gonna drive it to the beach, and I got to looking at it and the reverse lights didn't work. So we've got to get it inspected. It's not quite old enough to not be inspected, and the reverse lights don't work. I went to troubleshoot the reverse lights and I killed all the lights. So I got up underneath the transmission. I found the reverse sensor, and we're going to change that out. We also have a little bit of shiesty work done on the shifter knob. So there's a rag stuffed into the shifter knob. I'll show it to you in just a little bit. It's where the shifter goes down into the transmission. I don't know why in the world that would be there. You guys let me know. It's not leaking any oil or anything like that. Well, no more than an 87 should leak. We're gonna pull it in the shop here and have a little bit of fun. Now, you can really hear that tick. You hear that exhaust? There's an exhaust leak. You can really hear it. It's right up underneath the driver's compartment here. Shut her down, Beaufort. She's sucking mud. Now, if you guys are true fans of the channel, I know you're thinking, man, what about Popcorn? So we've got another Jeep here. This is Popcorn, the Willis Jeep. It's a 52 Willis. We started working on it last winter. We pulled the body off the frame. The body was absolute garbage. We've got a big old pile of parts, a new body sitting right over here. And once the weather cools off where we can be in the shop for a dedicated hours and hours and hours of work that this is going to require, then we'll come back in here. But it's just really, really hot. In here right now, it's about 100 degrees. That's okay, I can stand that, but 115, I cannot stand. But that's Popcorn's frame. Popcorn's engine is right back there. We got an engine stand for Popcorn. We got a couple little scooters and stuff we'll be working on the farm. So if you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, pound that like button, get in here and subscribe. All kinds of fun stuff. Not to mention the 200-acre first generation cattle farm that we're getting started out here. Lots of fun stuff here. So this is our parts cart for today, and the parts that we're going to be installing today, I got all kinds of stuff. I have ideas for this thing. So we got some wheel spacers because we also have some fender flares to go on this, and they're a little bit bigger than stock, so the fenders hang about that much further over the tire. So we got some 2-inch wheel spacers, and these just basically bump out the wheels 2 inches. So that's going to make it look really good. You guys are going to get to follow along as we install those. We've got some nice LED taillights. Now these LED taillights are a little bit different. The mounting system's a little bit different than the mounting system that was on the Jeep originally. So we'll have to work through that too. We also have to figure out what wire works what. And this is an entirely different system in here from the old school system that's right behind me here, and I'll show you that as we replace these lights. So today's video is basically trying to get it road ready, trying to get it where we can take it and have it inspected so I can drive it on the road, run and get parts and make it our farm Jeep. Some of the other things that we have here on the parts cart, now it's a Jeep, guys. You got to remember, what good is a Jeep without a good little jamming radio? So we found on eBay evidently some new old stock Pioneer speakers from 1984, it looks like. I haven't opened them up yet. Let's open them and see if the box looks... Oh, that's nice. It says blown on the sticker that I just... I hope they're not blown. That's a bummer. When you get you order something like this, this is actually an Amazon purchase. It said used in good condition. This says blown, so... And this says blown also. They look like brand new. They don't look blown to me. So we'll test these out. We're going to install these. We've got to take the whole dashboard apart, I think, to get these speakers in. That's not very encouraging. We've got new marker lights to go in our new Fender Flares. We bought the right kit. So we bought the right kind of stuff. We've got some fuses here, but we bought this kit on Amazon. I'll show it to you real quick. This is a kit for doing wiring and keeping it watertight, and it has the heat shrink wrap on it already. I'll post links to all these goodies that we're using today on the vlog. The 2-inch wheel spacers, I'm a little bit on the fence about putting wheel spacers on this Jeep because I've had them come loose. So we did get some blue Loctite to put on there so that they hopefully won't come loose. We'll keep you posted on that. I don't think they'll come loose. It sure would suck to be driving to the beach and watch my tire go bing right past me. I don't know. Any of you guys had bad experiences with wheel spacers? Post it down there in the comments. First thing we're going to do is check these speakers and see if they're blown, because that would be a bummer. They're not blown. We got music, baby. Now we got a pair of 6x9s back here in the back that we put in immediately because, again, how can you ride around the Jeep without jamming some tunes? This is a mobile work cart, by the way, from Titan Attachments. There'll be a coupon code for Titan Attachments shop equipment down there in the video description. I'll also post a link to this cart. Very, very handy little cart. We're gonna get in here and see how nasty we are. Oh yeah, check this out. Crusty, crusty. So this stuff is just falling apart. It's just old and it just needs refreshing. That's what we're doing. A little bit of refresh and a little bit of function also. This is the passenger side light, and basically that's part of the tail light, that's tail light, and that's reverse light. This one flashes for the turn signal, and we have absolutely no power to the reverse light. This is just held in with 3 little bolts. Now, what we want to do, we want to pull this out, catch all my bolts here, and we have deep down in here in the doldrums of the Fender is a plug down in here. Let's see if I can get that thing all the way up. Maybe. So there's a plug deep down in here, and we're going to cut the wires right here and utilize the original factory plug back here. Now, the new lights are a little bit different. These have a screw that goes right into the fender. Now, that's not how the new lights are set up. The new lights actually have studs in them that mount up to the fender. Now, the bolt holes all mount up, all three of them do, but the studs, we're going to require a little bit of drilling to open these holes up, or some creative nut and bolt work right here. Now, this is the driver's side. It is just yicky. It's been glued together, it looks like 2 or 3 times. It's just falling apart. This is a definite need. The LEDs are really gonna set this off, and I've already started cleaning off. It had a bunch of stickers, like Surfer Dude stickers and stuff on there. They were peeled off before I got here, but all the sticker residue is still there, so we'll be hitting it with some goof off. So I've worked out the tail light issue and the turn signal issue. It turns out there was a blown fuse. Evidently, somehow, this is a odd grounding system. So in other words, there's not 2 wires that goes back. It's just a hot wire that grounds to the body itself on the Jeep. Underneath here, now the clutch was just replaced on this Jeep, and underneath is a sensor that looks like this. It's on the transmission. I'll get you all the way under here so you can see it. Right up under here, this is the side of the transmission, and that is the reverse sensor right there, and I should read 0 ohms across that. And with my little meter right here, I am not reading 0 ohms, so this is not providing a connection. We're gonna replace that guy real quick. I'm not positive that fluid isn't going to start pouring out, so I think I've got to move fairly quickly. The new one, we just so happened to pick up a new one. This is the new one, and it has Teflon tape on it, which tells me we're going to have fluid coming out. Unscrewed? Nope, no fluid. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Hopefully there isn't some Mickey Mouse-ness going on here with this transmission. I sure hope not. Yeah, everybody cross your fingers. Here goes nothing, into reverse. Woohoo! Check it out, baby. Awesome. This is neutral, that's reverse. We fixed her. And we'll turn the key off. Yep, she turns off. I cannot tell you how happy I am that that gremlin was not something I had to chase wires with. Whew. Awesome. I still think this is just a great Jeep. At this price, at 500 bucks, man, can't beat it. So the next area of improvement we're gonna work on with little Miss Daisy here is Fender Flares. So the factory Fender plastic flares have come off this Jeep. I like it, the style that it is, but it slung mud right into my mouth the other day, so we're gonna have to put some sort of Fender Flares. These Fender Flares, I believe, are about 5 or 6 inches. Now our wheels stick out about 4, maybe 3 inches, so we bought some wheel spacers to space out the wheels just a little bit. We'll put some Loctite on those. So what we're gonna do is mount these guys up just like so. So we'll have some nice Fender Flares. I've got a little bit of body work to beat out right down here. We've got some bent metal on the front fender, on the opposite corner here, and then on the driver's side rear quarter, we have a little bit of bent metal. So we're gonna bend that out and install these guys. This is gonna require some drilling and a little bit of fab work. Now you pro body guys and you pro Jeep guys are gonna be all on my case about what I'm getting ready to do here, but this is an inexpensive Jeep. There's a hole drilled right here, and looks like maybe the tire flew off at some point. There's black rubber stain on this piece of metal. I think that's what happened. Maybe the tire got loose and fell off. So we got the fuel filler neck right here that's kind of in the way of me bending this back in place. I'm not so sure my idea with these pliers is gonna work. I think we're gonna have to get a pry bar. Just so happen to have one. There's no nails in here to pull, son. Okay. There we go. Getting a little something there. Oh, good gracious. Boy, that's some good metal. No rust here. I know if I don't fix this, it's gonna annoy me to no end. But man, that's some heavy duty metal right there. I do believe the wheel has fallen off of this at some point. This was a tow vehicle from what I can tell. It's got a tow bar on the front, or a mounting setup for a tow bar. I don't know that 170,000 miles. You guys have to let me know. Will it still rack up miles on the odometer on the Jeep if you're towing it in neutral? Oh yeah, baby. Now that's what I'm talking about. We're doing some moving now. God, mighty, leave me alone, mosquito. Please. Dude, it's not worth dying for. This is not, it's not worth addressing right now. It really needs to be cut out and a new piece needs to be put in. I think we're just going to install our Fender Flares. After all, we do have a $500 Jeep here that we're just going to enjoy here on the farm. So at some point, we may cut that out. And if you guys can think of any other solution, let me know. But really, we need a little piece of quarter panel right there to replace that. We just need to cut it out and put new metal in. That's the right thing to do. I think we're going to put the Fender Flare on, and at some point we'll fix this properly. Fender Flare number 1. Got to get on the right lip right here. Match her up just right where she needs to be. So we're matching up with the current hole that's in place right here. I'm going to go ahead and zip a screw in to hold this just in place as we find the sweet spot. So we have an installation hardware kit. A lot of this stuff is Chinese stuff, and this installation hardware kit from China comes with no installation instructions, which is just super awesome. Neither did the lights. I had to go online and look up their website and go onto YouTube, just like you guys are on right now, and try and find how in the world all this stuff goes together. I don't think a company should bank on you being able to get on your smartphone and look up the instructions yourself. Why don't you just give me something in writing so that I can figure it out? I don't want to go look it up. I want an instruction book. So the screw goes into this washer, and this washer holds in place this shiny piece of plastic chrome that looks like a hex head bolt, and that's how it mounts up. On the back side is a rubber grommet, and this rubber grommet evidently is what holds the screw on. I do not want to clip a tree with this because I think it'll just rip it right off. Hey. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to install the spacers, and I'm going to install the Fender Flares on one side, and I'm going to take it out and we're going to look at it. I'm going to let you guys look at one side and then look at the other side and tell me what I should do, and that's what I'll do. I'll leave it the way you like it, or I'll fix it back the other way. So let's install these and we'll pull it out. It's going to be morning time the next time I see you, so I'm going to get busy installing this side. All right? See you in the morning. The sun has risen on beautiful Appalachia, and I got done last night sometime around 10:30 at night, and I could not resist it. I had to take the Jeep for a drive. I went up to the gas station, just filled it up with gas, but this is the side that we put the flares on. I think it looks absolutely awesome, and this is the side we didn't put the flares on, or the wheel spacers. And I think it looks pretty cool like that, but I think it just looks a little bit naked. I don't know. Guys, tell me what you think. I just think it looks just a little bit bare. So that is the side that doesn't have any of the mods done to it. And this is the side, to me, that makes it look more like a modern Jeep. So pretty cool. After installing these Fender Flares, I'm pretty impressed. They're pretty robust, pretty strong. The new light lenses went in without a hitch. The rear lights that we put on, they did great. We've got a little more work to do. We got to figure out why that rag is stuffed down in that transmission. But you can see the rear lights. They went in, they worked great. There were some gremlins. There's still a gremlin. I think I'm in dire need of a turn signal relay because the turn signal lights turn on, but they don't blink. So got to get that, got to figure out where that is and go get one and That's it. So that's your introduction. That's your introduction to Daisy, the $500 Jeep. She's looking good. I think we took a $500 Jeep and turned it into a $4,000 Jeep there. Got a bad exhaust leak. If you guys know any sources on a full exhaust system for this thing, I wouldn't mind just going on and putting headers on it. Got a lot more little projects to do with Daisy, the $500 Jeep. This is going to be Mrs. Stony Ridge's Jeep as soon as she learns how to drive a stick, and if we can figure out a way for her to reach the pedals. She's a short little lady. Guys, thanks a lot for joining me here on the Stony Ridge farm. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna go off your vote. You tell me, should I put the fender flares and wheel spacers on this other side, or should I leave it alone? I kind of like the rustic look, but I think it looks a lot tougher with the fender flares on and the wheels spaced out, and I think it'll drive a little bit better too. FYI, if you put wheel spacers on one side and drive without them on the other, get ready, hold on, it's like a rodeo. Good stuff, guys. We'll see you next time on the Stony Ridge farm. Please pound that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I hope you like Daisy, our $500 Jeep. Woo!